USA vs Panama live updates, highlights, commentary. Kickoff, the semifinal between the US and Panama is underway at Snapdragon Stadium. Let's see how quickly the US can shake off the cobwebs from the emotionally and physically taxing match against Canada less than 72 hours ago. Or if that even affects them at all. Brandon Vazquez got a huge goal in Cincinnati where he plays, and now he starts in his hometown of San Diego, in front of a capacity of 32,000. It's expected to be a capacity crowd, but the stadium is only half full so far. First minute, chance, USA. Whoa! Straight off the jump, Brandon Vazquez wins the ball way up high. And he cuts it to Cade Cowell at the top of the penalty area, who whacks the post. Wake up, everyone, here we go. Second minute, this match is a track meet early. Panama goes down on a counter that requires a last-ditch James Sands intervention. And then the US goes right back the other way where Djordje Mihailovic nearly gets a wide-open chance, but the rebounded effort is just out of his reach at the top of a 6-yard box. Fifth minute, Fox sideline host Jenny Taft reports that Alex Zendejas is not available tonight due to a calf injury, which leaves the US even thinner for this semifinal. Aidan Morris is not with the team. And Jalen Neal picked up an injury against Canada, leaving the US 3 players short of its 23-man roster. That's not including Alan Sonora, who was replaced after the group stage due to injury by Jackson Ewell. Sixth minute, chance, USA. Cade Cowell weaves through defenders like they're not even there, but somehow doesn't get a shot off before the Panama defense thwarts the chain. How did he not pull the trigger there? The flag went up at the end of the play. But it would have been overturned as replay shows he was onside. 10th minute, Panama has done well to hold possession through the opening stage of this match, combining well with one-touch passing to keep the U.S. off the ball. They're mostly attempting to progress forward on the flanks, but haven't been able to build into the attacking third yet. US defense keeping the ball in front of them well. 12th minute, chance, Panama. The visitors finally do put together a dangerous attack from their possession, this time from the right, and Ismael Diaz rips across laterally to the doorstep. Matt Turner stops the cross and deflects it out of danger, which was critical because a Panama attacker was standing right there to put it away had Turner not been there. 20th minute, Djordje Mihailovic is clobbered from behind and wins a free kick for the U.S. from a dangerous position about 27 yards out, shaded to the left of center. Gianluca Buggio takes, but his looped delivery into the mixer isn't long enough, and instead is cleared by Fidel Escobar under little U.S. pressure. 22nd min, chance, Panama. They get another good effort on Matt Turner's area as Jose Fajardo connects his head to a speculative lateral cross and puts it just over the crossbar. Not a bad look there, and Panama continue to prove a bit dangerous. 26th min, James Sands makes another brilliant tackle, this time in the attacking half to dispossess Adalberto Carrasquilla and stop a Panama counter. He's been the best US player so far throughout the entire tournament. 28th min, chance, Panama. Edgar Barcenas has the ball in the back of the net, but it's ruled out for offside. The call is correct. And confirmed by replay, just leaning off the back shoulder of his defender. The US line put their hands up immediately, but it's a nervy moment for the US. Aaron Long has struggled so far next to Miles Robinson. Hydration break is up as the two sides head to the touchline for a breather. 34th min, the US get forward into the Panama penalty area for the first time in a while, but Jesus Ferreira can't control a long ball properly. Instead popping it high into the air into no man's land with nobody trailing the play. A disappointing end to that build-up. There's a nervous calm around Snapdragon Stadium as U.S. fans are struggling to get themselves into the flow of this somewhat disjointed, awkward back-and-forth game. 40th minute, Panama nearly gets another shot on frame as another diagonal cutback from the left nearly finds a Panama forward yet again. But Gianluca Buggio applies enough pressure that there's no shot taken. Bugio has to be careful, because he bundled the man over, and while it's not a penalty and not whistled, he won't want to give the referee anything to think about. 43rd min, goodness gracious, the US is a total mess at the back right now. James Sands misses a tackle for seemingly the first time this tournament. And Panama pass right through the middle of the US defense. Matt Turner comes off his line to punch clear, but doesn't get good contact, and the US does just enough to keep Panama from putting the ball in the open net. This is getting dicey. Halftime, USA 0-0 Panama. It wasn't quite as sloppy as the first half against Canada back on Sunday, but it sure was close. Panama targeted the US fullbacks in the opening 20 minutes. And then started sliding passes right down the gut as the half neared a close, both to great effect. The US just couldn't get on the ball consistently enough to produce enough chances to have their own influence in front of the Panama net. Scoreless at the half, but the feeling is that Panama will score eventually should this continue. Kickoff, the second half is underway, and the US needs to improve just like they did against Canada 3 days ago. BJ Callahan didn't make any personnel changes for that match at the break, and doesn't today either as they get play restarted in San Diego. Today, he needs to sort out the issues with Panama flooding the wide areas and pulling the U.S. midfield out of its shape. 47th min, chance, Panama. The US back line is beaten again, as Jose Fajardo is threaded through by a brilliant feed from the right, but Aaron Long makes a great recovery to cut down the chance at the death. As Matt Turner charges. After the play, Long stays down and is receiving treatment. The US is already very thin, and Matt Miazga would be the only available replacement with Jalen Neal also out with a knock. 50th minute, DeJuan Jones is scythed down at the top of the penalty area and is screaming for a call, but the official waves it away. Matt Miazga is up off the bench receiving instructions from the coaching staff. But Aaron Long re-enters the field for now. Miazga was also apparently warming up extensively at halftime according to the Fox broadcast, so he may be set to come in either way. 52nd min, chance, USA. Finally, a creative move from the US, and it comes via Cade Cowell. He has the option to cut centrally, but he instead goes vertically before cutting it back to Brendan Vazquez. But his short delivery is awkward and Vazquez puts it over. The wingers have switched sides out of the half, with Cade Cowell over helping defensively on Brian Reynolds' side. That's got Jesus Ferreira on the left wing, which isn't exactly his best position. Likely we will see changes around the hour mark from BJ Callahan. 53rd min, chance, Panama. What a save, Matt Turner. He keeps the game scoreless. It's a free header for Saturday's hat-trick hero Ismael Diaz, who heads it down into the ground beautifully. The ball pops up and looks to be chipping the goalkeeper, but Turner reacts insanely quickly to make the save. After Sunday's heroics in the penalty shootout, that man does it again. 60th minute, Panama has a dangerous opportunity in the US penalty area, but the defense does enough to prevent a shot and scramble it clear. Cross came from the Panama left this time, with Reynolds covering his man but nobody to help on the overload. 62nd min, now the US has two good looks but can't get either to produce a shot. Jesus Ferreira cooks up a silky touch to put Brandon Vazquez through, but it's just a hair too strong. And then moments later Vazquez is closed down at the top of the penalty area and mishits his diagonal delivery to the right flank. On both occasions, right idea but wrong execution. BJ Callahan makes the first substitutions for either side tonight, replacing Cade Cowell with Christian Roldan, and bringing DeAndre Yedlin on for Brian Reynolds. Both players replaced did a ton of running tonight, which was a tough ask after the taxing match 3 days ago. 65th min, chance, USA. Ferreira just wide. A glorious chance which is crafted from end to end, and finishes as DeAndre Yedlin's diagonal cutback finds Jesus Ferreira at the top of the penalty area. His long-range shot nearly picks out the inside of the far post, but it goes agonizingly wide. Beat the goalkeeper, beat the post. So close to the opening goal. 71st min, our second half hydration break has arrived. And it gives the Panama players a chance to catch their breath. The US subs have been influential and shifted the momentum in their favor, putting Panama on its heels. Out of the hydration break, BJ Callahan makes 2 more changes, bringing Matt Miazga on for Aaron Long, while Jordan Morris comes on for Brandon Vazquez. That will likely put Jesus Ferreira centrally up front. Panama head coach Thomas Christensen still has yet to make any substitutions. 71st min, our second half hydration break has arrived, and it gives the Panama players a chance to catch their breath. The US subs have been influential and shifted the momentum in their favor, putting Panama on its heels. 79th min, finally Panama makes its first 2 changes, as Cecilio Waterman and Christian Martinez enter to replace Alberto Quintero and Jose Fajardo. Switching to a 4-3-3 formation. The 3CB formation worked for most of the game, but they now change it up to counter the US subs. They immediately press high up the field to put the US defense under pressure on the ball. 85th min, the speed has returned to the game a bit with subs on both sides making an impact. Miles Robinson makes a great intervention as Ismael Diaz gets through on the break. And then Jesus Ferreira just barely can't reach a feed into the penalty area. Now Robinson fouls a Panama player on the counter and somehow doesn't earn a yellow card despite huge Panamanian protests. Well, okay, there it is now. The first booking of the game for either side, shown insanely late by Walter Lopez after the 2 of them have a long conversation. Weird refereeing, but the right call. 89th min, George Mihailovic wins a corner and takes the delivery, which is a fizzed ball viciously sent into the mixer, and while the initial feed is headed clear, it's only as far as Matt Miazga, who decides not to send it back in, but whip his body around for a shot with a high degree of difficulty, and he sends it to the moon. Not the right decision. A minimum of 5 added minutes is shown, but it will be more than that as Eric Davis is down and needs treatment. Stretchered off and replaced by Ivan Anderson. 90 plus 3 minute, chance, Panama. A corner for Panama results in a mad scramble, and they have the ball into the back of the net. There's a few things to check on here. First, the flag is up for offside, which is correct. Second though, Panama players are screaming for a handball on George Mihailovic. This would be an insanely unlucky penalty, as Mihailovic knew absolutely nothing about it, jumping and seeing the ball deflect off the attacker's head and just barely clip his arm. It's hard to even confirm that the ball definitely hit his arm. Behind him. Yes, it's an unnatural position, but it gave Panama absolutely no advantage whatsoever. Eventually, VAR decides that the offside nullifies any discussion about the handball, and the US escapes unscathed. 90 plus 7 minute, DeAndre Yedlin wins a foul in a dangerous position, in what is almost surely the last action of regulation. George Mihailovic and Gianluca Bugio stand over the set piece. It's Mihailovic to take, and the delivery is poor, failing to reach the lump of blue shirts and cleared easily. End of regulation, USA 0-0 Panama. For the first time in Gold Cup history, the US is headed to extra time in back-to-back matches, and they come just 3 days apart. In fact, it's the first time they end up in extra time twice in the same tournament. On the whole, Panama will probably consider themselves more unlucky not to find a winner, as the US didn't have many chances on the whole. There's a winner out there, we'll see if either side can snatch it. Kickoff, fatigue has to be a factor for the US here, and it would be surprising not to see Panama go right at the US with tired legs. 92nd min, Gianluca Bugio has a hit from the top of the penalty area, but slips on the temporary sod and cleats a Panama defender in the process, whistled for a foul. No card, as Bugio had zero intent there and got done by the grass, but a good US opportunity goes begging. 96th min, Panama beginning to take control of the match here in extra time, and the US is being put under growing pressure. US set to make its final change of the match. Being readied on the touchline. 97th min, chance, USA. Jesus Ferreira has an open header but puts it right at the goalkeeper. A cross from Gianluca Buggio on the wing reaches the head of the U.S. striker, but his redirect is straight into the breadbasket of Orlando Mosquera. 99th min, goal. Panama. The visitors are in front and the U.S. could be out. Ivan Anderson off the bench has put Panama in front, beating Matt Turner, who had to come way out of goal and try to challenge outside the penalty area. The US players are screaming for offside, but nope, DeAndre Yedlin doesn't hold his shape on the far side and plays Anderson on. It's truly shambolic defending from the US backline. Matt Miazga inexplicably steps way too far forward, and it allows Anderson a free look at the attacking third. 101st min, Anibal Godoy earns a yellow card for hacking James Sands with a dangerous two-footed challenge. Godoy is immediately withdrawn for Giovanni Welch. The US players look gassed. BJ Callahan brings on John Tolkien to replace DeJuan Jones, as well as Julian Gressel to take the place of Gianluca Buggio. USA vs Panama live updates, highlights, commentary part 2. 105th min, goal. USA. Jesus Ferreira equalizes for the United States out of nowhere. What a finish it is. A long ball to the top of the penalty area reaches Jordan Morris, who heads it to Ferreira at the spot facing away from goal. He somehow whips his body around at the ball to poke it exquisitely past Orlando Mosquera. What a wonderful goal, and at the perfect time. The U.S. has found an extra-time equalizer for the second straight game. Kickoff, Snapdragon Stadium is buzzing as the second half of extra time begins. The U.S. may be sensing blood here as Panama looks to be reeling from the gut punch of Ferreira's goal. 109th min, chance, Panama. Matt Turner makes a relatively simple save off a shot from deep, but it's another warning shot from Panama, who get a free look on goal. Matt Miazga has not been good since coming off the bench, and he lost his man there again. 112th min, the US could be in trouble as George Mihailovic is limping badly, but the US is out of substitutions. Play continues for now. 115th min, this is an absolute mess. Neither side can maintain possession, as tired legs consume both teams. John Tolkien fouls Christian Martinez on the touchline right in front of Panama head coach Thomas Christensen, who screams for a yellow card, but none is shown. There have only been 2 bookings from Guatemalan referee Walter Lopez. 117th min, now Jesus Ferreira is down in clear pain, holding the back of his leg or groin. The stretcher comes out, and this could also be problematic for the US. Not only would they be forced to play a man down for the final minutes, but Ferreira is an obvious candidate to take a penalty in a potential shootout. During Ferreira's treatment, an announcement is made in Snapdragon Stadium as a warning to fans against discriminatory chanting. 119th min, Ferreira is able to walk off under his own power, refusing the stretcher. The US plays a man down for now, but he looks to be preparing to come back on imminently. Matt Turner has to make another save, his 4th, as Ian Anderson takes a shot centrally with the outside of his foot. But it's right at the US goalkeeper, who makes no mistake with the ball bobbling. Ferreira is back on now. 120th min, there's only 1 minute of added time shown, which is a bit wild considering Ferreira was down for at least 2 minutes. The referee has to calm the touchlines down as the ball goes out of play near midfield. End of extra time, USA 1-1 Panama. We're going to a second straight penalty shootout. Matt Turner. Over to you. The US will shoot first in the shootout, and Panama will go second. Turner having some banter with Harold Cummings during the coin toss, which is just all part of the mind games. It appears Turner may have been upset with the coin toss, but it's unclear what. Round 1. USA, Jesus Ferreira steps up to take the first penalty of the shootout, and it's saved by Orlando Mosquera. It's not a terrible penalty. But Mosquera guesses correctly and lunges to his right to make the stop. Panama, Fidel Escobar scores. Right down the middle, and Turner can't hold his ground or redirect his body. Round 2. USA, it's George Mihailovic to take, with the US trailing, and he scores. Sends Orlando Mosquera the wrong way. Panama, after a long wait, Ismael Diaz finally steps up to take for Panama. And scores. Matt Turner goes the wrong way, and Diaz smashes it to the taker's left. Round 3. USA, Jordan Morris now for the USMNT, and he scores. Orlando Mosquera does a lot of dancing before guessing correctly. But Morris absolutely roofs it into the top right corner. Panama, Christian Martinez has it saved by Matt Turner. Martinez goes for the stutter step and just completely botches it. A truly awful penalty that Turner holds his ground to stop. We're level. Round 4. USA, Julian Gressel scores. Picks out the right side netting and smashes it, with Orlando Mosquera going the wrong way. Panama, Edgar Barcenas scores. It's a cheeky take, and Turner knows he's gone the wrong way immediately, with the ball just slow rolling into the middle of the net. Round 5. USA, Matt Miazga steps up and scores. It's an absolute ripper. Smashed into the top right corner. Orlando Mosquera guessed wrong, but wouldn't have saved it either way. Drama. Matt Miazga cuts off the next taker and gets in his way on his walk-up. And the Panama bench loses its mind. The referee doesn't see it. Panama, Cecilio Waterman finally gets to take his penalty after the nonsense, and he scores. He sends Matt Turner the wrong way and rolls it into the corner. We're going to sudden death rounds. Round 6. USA, Christian Roldan is now up for the US and it's saved. Oh no, the US is in a hole as Orlando Mosquera guessed correctly and stops the low shot to Roldan's left. Panama, Adalberto Carrasquilla can win it for Panama, and he scores. Panama moves on to the Gold Cup final. Penalty shootout, USA 4-5 Panama. Thanks for your watching. Don't forget to click the subscribed button and hit the bell icon for more.